The truth is, we're not going to get new results by trying harder. You're not. Stop it. Everyone's watching. They're getting exhausted watching you on your hamster wheel, right? This constant sales cycle, the in the outdoor, in the front door, out the back door. And like, that's what's the churn and burn. That's why businesses don't last. That's why people just get a bad rap for businesses, integrity, all the things. Like, we're done with that game, right? We're going to raise our standard, right? We're going to have a new level of standard. We're going to notice the fruit of our actions. And it all starts with capturing that thought. All starts, every single thing starts with the thought. Circumstances don't change. I'm going to walk you through a few of these examples because I want you to really lock this in.
Welcome to For His Glory CEO, the podcast for high-achieving women like you who have built the business, hit the milestone, checked all the boxes, yet deep down something still feels off. The success is there, but you know God has so much more. I'm your host, Allie. If you're hungry for results rooted in the Word, this is for you. Let's get this party started.
Welcome back, friends. I am so excited about this series. I don't think we've done a series yet on this podcast, but I got a big, hot, fat topic that might change everything for you and your business and add a whole lot of peace. Yeah, P-A-C-E. Peace into your life. I need you to lean in. It's going to be good. I ain't going to get through all of it today because I love to keep these short and sweet and great, but we talking about the number one growth engine for your business. The number one thing that will allow you to have time to exhale, right? Just take a deep breath together right now. Before we jump into revenue and retention. Yeah, buddy. Let me tell you about this story. It's one time when I hit a huge milestone in my business, literally wanted to like jump out of a confetti cannon. Felt so good, right? Only for that whole thing to reset every single month. Your numbers went back to zero. I remember training up a new business owner and she's like, wait, seriously? Like everything I did last month is gone? Then I have to like restart it? Yeah, buddy. But here's the powerful thing. Instead of resetting revenue every single month, you can go after the number one growth engine in your business, and that is retention.
Friends, I want to share something that I've actually never shared before, but it's been so transformational for multiple 6- and 7-figure business women that I would be remiss not to share it with you. So I want you to picture this. You're in a room with 10 other women who are running payroll, running teams, making heavy, high-stake decisions, and managing everything. And imagine you bringing your question or your bottleneck to that group of women. Do you think that you can handle things which used to maybe take you months, maybe years, in the next 10 minutes? What I found is a lot of us playing at this field, we don't struggle with lack of strategy, motivation, even discipline. We struggle with not having a sounding board in real time with ideal clients and women who truly get the level we're playing at. And that's why I created the Inner Circle for multiple 6- and 7-figure women to play in. It is the community of communities that offers transformations like I've never seen report. And you know what the number one receipt is? We had 100% retention of those clients from 2025 rejoin us for 2026. It's a private, exclusive group and extremely selective as well. But if this sounds like this is exactly what you need, grab the Inner Circle application in the show notes and we'll let you know if you're a great fit. All right, back to the show.
I bet you have felt the churn and burn in your own business, and I'm seeing it now more than ever before. People are done of the vicious sales cycle, and they're constantly going out looking for new leads. Why? It's like sexy, right? Like the spikes and the growth and the measures and the metrics, except it's exhausting, and it doesn't pan out the way retention does in your business. What do I mean by that? You always want to follow what's closest to the money. Always. New leads is the farthest thing from money. Renewals, referrals, reactivations, people that have bought from you before, those are going to be the people that you want to focus on first. Again, retention is the number one area to look inside your business for growth that stays. Why? They've already bought from you before and they already trust you. Or if they're referred to you, they trust you because they trust the other person. That is far beyond any new lead, I promise you. right? So it's 2026. I got an iPad these days. So I can stick to my notes because sometimes I just like to get on here and go a little bit rogue. But listen to this. Everywhere you look, growth is glorified as the art of acquisition. But here's the deal. More leads, more eyeballs, more sales. We celebrate these spikes and sprints, but here's the deal. And here's what's no one saying out loud. Most of that hustle-based growth is exhausting, expensive, and worst of all, ready for this? Drum roll, please. Didn't want to miss this on my notes. Temporary. Yeah, girl. Yeah, it's temporary. And then you find yourself constantly in launch mode, constantly trying to find new leads, find new strategies, join a new mastermind, buy a new funnel, right? That's so expensive. I want to share with you a story about my first business. And it was in the direct selling space. And maybe I have some preconceived notions about the direct selling space, but to tell you the truth, it is a brilliant sales model and business model. Why? It's direct to consumer. And you really get rewarded for this beautiful thing called retention, right? And then the compounding interest that happens every single month for years upon years upon years that you're in the business. So when I built this business, I realized that this whole like turnover thing is way too expensive and way too exhausting and way too temporary. And I thought, man, I love loyalty. How many of you guys love going into a business and they have the same secretary, or like I just had to put another car on, get car insurance for it. And like I have the phone number to the car insurance place, and like the person that is there is always there to help. Like I literally know their life story, right? And this has been for a long time. It just feels good. It's like your person, you know the person, as opposed to high turnover rate. It's constantly someone new. You don't know who you need to talk to. You don't know them from Adam. It doesn't have that same loyalty effect. That is so important and key for long-term businesses, right? Promise you. So anyway, in this direct selling model, you build, like in every kind of business or whatever, you build a team underneath you, and there's a structure to it to hit the tippity top of the company. And I built to the tippity top of the company with a structure that I then held and maintained the same structure for over a decade. Mic drop moment. I know, it is wild. I did not know how wild it was, even though people would say like, how have you stayed at the tippity top of this company with the same structure that you built with for a decade? And I'm like, my people are amazing. They're amazing. Look at them. Are you kidding me? I'm blessed. This is Jesus. This is amazing. This is awesome. Da-da. Then I realized it is all those things. My people were amazing. There's a blessing of the Lord on it. God's the one that gives increase, right? He's the one that gives the ability to make wealth, adds no sorrow to it. There's lots of Bible in that. And so I give him glory always, forever, for his glory. It's all for his glory. But what I found is that I really value people. I really valued people. And so the keys, there's always keys to people's success, right? The success always leaves clues. So I thought back to this as I'm working on a retention revenue engine within my coaching, because I know in 2026, retention is the greatest gift you can give yourself. It really is. Retaining it. My cleanest receipt from last year was retaining 100% of my high-level mastermind clients from 2025 into 2026. Again, unprecedented. I've had coaches that have been in the space for 20 plus years say, I've never seen this before. This is amazing. How'd you do 100%? And I'm like, well, it kind of goes back to how I built my first business and how I stayed at the tippity top with the same structure that got me there. And here's my clues that I'm gonna tell you. But listen, this is a 3-part series. I know, I'm getting savage. This is a 3-part series, and I'm not gonna get into all of it, but I'm gonna start with the most important piece of this. You ready for this? It's called the crown. The crown, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, I made it up just for you. No, it's one of my frameworks that I teach, but it's a really powerful, powerful tool that I want you to start thinking about when you think about retention and you really start thinking about seeing people. Now, when you see people, we've talked about it in episodes before, the beloved Mary Kay, who says, I don't look at profit and loss, I look at people and love. Love people well. Love people well. That's one of the biggest keys to success. So I want to share with you guys real quick my framework, and I wrote it out because we use iPads these days, so I don't forget anything. So I'm going to teach you this tool because the truth is, you guys, you don't need 100 more clients. You really don't. You don't need a massive amount of more leads. You really need systems in place with the right mindset to retain what you have and grow deep, okay? We go on deep and wide. So I want to teach you guys this amazing little acronym that I have personally, one of the frameworks that I teach and that I live by, and it's called the crown. For all of you queens out there, you're all royalty. We know this. We are his royalty. And so crown stands for capture the thought, okay? Take every thought captive As a man thinks, so he is, right? Capture the thought. Number C, you got to capture the thoughts. We got lots of thoughts going around in that head, and most of them are negative, and we got to change that. We're going to capture that thought. Then we're going to renew it with truth. R means renew it with truth. The O is own your attitude like royalty. You are royalty. Are you acting like it? Walk it out with aligned actions. W, just got to walk it out. Can't stay idle. Can't sit on the couch hoping this thing's going to grow. You got to walk it out with the aligned actions. And lastly, notice the results, then normalize the standard. Notice the results and normalize the standard. Crown is the tool that will allow you to be in the right mindset to build something so substantial with incredible retention. My prayer is that you all have 100% retention. Why? It's amazing. It is a gift. It is a hard work. Yeah, it is, but we can do hard things, but it is so rewarding. It is so rewarding to grow with people, to watch people year after year get mind-blowing transformations. I literally just had a client call me today and she's like, you're not going to believe this. I'm literally giving away $10 million to another advisor because I literally can't handle all this on top of what I already have. And I really want to put my energy where it matters most. Hi, would you like an opportunity to make so much that you have to give $10 million away to one of your clients or one of your advisors, one of your partners, because you literally can't contain more? Yeah, yes and amen, right? That's called overflow. So when we go back to understanding the standard, the truth is we're not going to get new results by trying harder. You're not. Stop it. Everyone's watching. They're getting exhausted watching you on your hamster wheel, right? This constant sales cycle, the in the outdoor, in the front door, out the back door. And that's what's the churn and burn. That's why businesses don't last. That's why people just get a bad rap for businesses, integrity, all the things. We're done with that game, right? We're going to raise our standard, right? We're going to have a new level of standard. We're going to notice the fruit of our actions. And it all starts with capturing that thought. Every single thing starts with the thought. Circumstances don't change. I'm going to walk you through a few of these examples because I want you to really lock this in. But when you capture that thought, you're actually you're naming it. What's running the show in my brain? What is running the show free? What is living rent free in my brain right now? I address that in myself all too often because it is so important. How important is it? It is the most important thing. Before I even teach you any kind of playbook about retention, you got to stop the thoughts that are going on in your head because it's going to mess up the whole thing. And the R, we got to renew it. We got to put something else in our mind, right, to focus on. And we have to line it up against truth. Because here's the thing. You might have to capture a thought. And then when you renew it, you're like, dude, that's straight up fear. Dressing itself in this beautiful logic dress. But it's straight fear. A lot of things come out of fear and not faith. So when you capture that thought, then you renew it. Is this real? Or is this a total fake fear? Is this even right? Right? Own it, address it, understand it by renewing of the mind and line it up with God's truth. That's me. My Bible is my compass. Y'all know this, right? But whatever's truth to you, line it up and make sure it is truth. Because if you're believing a lie, it's not going to work out good for you at all. Waste of time. No thanks. And then you're going to own your attitude like reality of royalty. So class is a standard. I think the most beautiful thing is when you see a classy woman, when she opens her mouth, it's classy. The worst thing is when you see someone that looks very classy on the outside and then they rip out a cigarette and start cussing. I've definitely seen that where I was like, wow, I wonder what that woman does. She's so put together. And then she lights up a smoke and drops an F-bomb. I'm like, oh, actually, no. No thanks, right? Own your attitude. How do you talk? How you show up? It matters. People watch you online. They might never comment, post anything, but they're watching you. They're watching you to see if you're the person that they'd want to do business with. Are you the leader that they want to be led by? Do you truly have clean receipts behind closed doors? One of my one-to-one clients gave me the most amazing review the other day. She's like, hey, you didn't ask for a review, but I'd love to hop on a Zoom and give you one. And I was like, well, thank you. What a blessing. And she goes, there's a lot of hype and fakeness on social media. You really don't know who you can trust. She goes, but I've seen you in all realms of your life. I've seen you as a business coach, coaching your entire inner circle. Then I got to see you as a one-to-one coach, coaching my husband and I. Then I got to see you at your retreat in person and how you behaved. And then I got to come to your church. And you are the same person in all four of those arenas. Not only that, you showed me what's possible to have divine order, to really put God first, to really have a marriage made in heaven, to really love your children and have your children love and respect you so much. And you've built something really substantial. She goes, that has been a complete game changer for me. Guys, people are watching. Own it. Are you walking like royalty every single day? What is your attitude when a door gets slammed in your face or a client cancels or someone speaks all manner of evil about you? You got to check your heart. You got to check yourself because people are always watching. Walk with aligned actions. You guys, peace does not mean passive. Okay, we're not doing the idleness thing. We're not sitting on our couch believing that all these clients are going to come to us or that miracles are going to happen. No, we're going to go after and walk in motion. We have to take action every single day, right? Consistency always wins the day. Always, forever, amen. If you want to become an expert in something, there's like a statistic out there. Like if you gave yourself 12 minutes a day to whatever it is, if it's basketball, piano, reading books, you could become the expert in that area, right? It's just the consistency. People are so inconsistent. No, be radically consistent and be radically accountable to yourself in owning a calendar. Those are huge keys and principles of business for another episode. But you always want to execute with excellence, always, forever. Always have a spirit of excellence. It will take you the long game and it will keep you there and sustain you there and give you great retention. And then lastly, notice the results, then normalize the standard. The fruits will always tell the truth, right? When you adjust your thought level and realize, no, that's some stinking thinking, Al. I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to take that thought captive. That's getting me nowhere. That's going to give me the wrong attitude with the wrong action, the wrong results, and I'm not going to like the fruit that I'm eating, right? You literally are going to eat the fruit of your lips. So make sure it's good fruit. So I want to walk you guys through some like serious crown checks, so to speak, before we even get started with retention. Why? Because it's really important. Number one, I want you to ask yourself, what thought am I believing? What thought am I believing right now? Write it down. What attitude is that producing? What attitude is that thought producing? Number three, what action is that attitude creating? What result keeps repeating itself? There's a cycle of success and then there's a cycle of insanity, right? Trying to do the same thing, expecting different results. That is like literally the definition of insanity. Get off that roller coaster. Okay, we're done riding that one. It's broke down. We are changing it up. And then lastly, what truth do I choose instead? What truth am I going to choose instead? Right? It all starts from the top. It all starts from the top every single time. Your thoughts will dictate everything. Change your thoughts, change your life. I can't tell you how many times I tell my kids that, right? Change your thoughts, change your life. So let's talk about something I hear all too often from clients. If I don't overwork, it won't work. If I don't overwork, it won't work. This has been something that people have bought into for a very long time, right? I was raised in a family where they said, sleep when you're dead. I'm like, sleep when you're dead? What about sleep now so you can actually live a life of healthiness, which is, I mean, people talk about sleep more than they ever did. But before it was like, you don't need sleep, just like work all day. Like, no. Work-life balance is so incredibly important. 1,000%. Another episode. But I'm going to walk you through the whole crown framework on just this thought, right? People have to think they always have to be in launch mode. They always have to be in sales mode. They can never take a day off. They can never take a break. Everything's going to burn to the ground and they're going to lose everything. That's the thought. Got to renew that. You got to realize that you can execute with excellence and peace. God gives increase. God gives the ability to make wealth and adds no sorrow to it. Replace that thought with truth because it's really fear. Fear drives that I have to work all the time or I'm going to lose it all. And then you own it. And when you own that thought of like, hey, I can have a peaceful business, nothing's going to fall apart. Man, I've had everything fall apart. Guess what? I'm still fine. You'll be better than fine, right? Your setbacks are just divine setups. Another thought to powerfully think about. And then you walk it out. You lay out 3 priorities a day. You time block. You say, what's the most important thing? Revenue and first position is a very important thing. Great. Are my 3 activities a day focused on revenue into the business? Because if your business is not making money, it's a hobby, it's not a business. Sorry to tell you. If you're just posting content, but not having conversations, you don't have a business, you have an expensive hobby, right? And then normalize it. This is my new standard. There's no more stress sailing. There's no more sleep when you're dead talk. There is perfect life-work balance. And then you start your day and your day's peaceful. And when you get in your head, you go straight back. Or how about this scenario that I hear from clients? I just need to people please so I can keep people longer. People pleasing ain't going to keep them. Nope, it's not. So renew the mind. Renew your mind on it. Let's renew this. Let's run this through. You actually need to lead with clarity and boundaries and set clear expectations so the right clients will come in because you have the right standards. Mic drop. You own it. What does it feel? Feels calm, feels good, feels firm. And then you walk it out. You reset those expectations in writing and you define next steps for people. Communication is massive. It's the number one thing that people are Googling on LinkedIn to get better at communicating. Write it down. Define the expectations. Have the boundaries set. And lastly, name the fruit. Notice the results. You have better boundaries, you get better clients that stay, the wrong ones exit, and that's success, right? It's what you want anyway, isn't it? Procrastination. Another huge thing I hear from business women. Procrastinate, procrastinate, procrastinate. The C, capture it. What do they say? I don't feel ready. Renew it. Readiness is actually built in with repetitions. Reps, baby, reps, baby, reps, baby, reps. I was just telling a client the other day. She's like, I feel good about my presentation. I'm like, but can you say it in your sleep? No, not yet. So that's when you're ready. When you have recited this presentation so many times that you can literally say it in your sleep, then you become a master of it. And then you get even better. How do you own it? You're confident. You're not chaotic. Confidence, confidence, confidence. Then you walk it out. You do the right next action in 20 minutes, okay? You don't stay in the overwhelm. You don't stay in the I'm not ready. You know you're ready and you know you just need to take action. The next level repetition is the same action, cleaner and faster the next day. The only reason someone's doing what you want to do and you're not doing it is because they took fast action and they did not overthink it. They did not wait till they were ready, right? I'll tell you guys, being a business owner is truly personal development with a paycheck. And it is ugly some days, and it is crazy some days, and it is beautiful and completely rewarding the other days. But you're not gonna know unless you go. And you're not gonna grow if you don't go. So go and grow. How about the money ceiling? Hear this a lot from clients too. Capture the thought. Charging more will scare people off. Renew it. Premium clients pay for leadership, clarity, and outcomes. They are paying you for a transformation. You're gonna own it. You're going to own it like a queen. You're going to put your crown on and you're not going to apologize because you know them investing in themselves will give them exactly what they've been looking for in less time, will save them lots of money, right? Could perhaps give them a better marriage. What is that worth, right? Well, I know the cost of divorce is extremely expensive and too costly. It could give them relationships with their kids. How costly is that? To go the entire life without having close relationships with your kids, having kids that don't even know their own mom. Way too costly, right? But if they can invest in you and know that they can get those results, that they can be a present mom, that they can have a marriage made in heaven, and that they can truly wake up jazzed, excited out of their britches to do what they get to do every single day, knowing such a gift and a talent that they can bring to this world. Oh, I don't think you'd have money woes anymore, would you? Walk it out. Raise the price, improve onboarding, and tighten the proof. You want social proof, right? You want to show that you can get these results. That's very important. Always stay in integrity. There is a huge trust recession in the world because there's this thing called fake book, aka hype marketing. All these promises, big promises, zero delivery. People are left more broke with more problems. And I promise you, that makes me get out of bed every single day, realizing that there's a lot of not integrous people out there, business coaching, doing all this hype and having zero ability to actually cause someone to have a great transformation. And lastly, no negotiation. No, we don't lower our standards. We don't. Why? You come out of integrity. I've watched a lot of people discount their programs, give scholarships, do this, do that. And here's the deal. People talk. So if you brought someone into your program for $30,000 and then the next person got a scholarship for $10,000, those people are going to talk and you're going to lose the credibility immediately from the person that bought in at $30K. I promise you. Don't negotiate. Have your standard and keep it there. And then draw people to that new standard, that the ones that really need what you have, and you're going to make them a whole lot better for it. All right. So I think I gave you a little good taste of the mindset that we're going to have behind this retention. I have a few different things, but I don't want to, I like to keep these tight because I like to get through them and I like for you guys to have a huge takeaway. But I also am excited about this because we're going to talk about retention isn't the end of growth. It's the beginning of your freedom in this season, in the series. And I'm going to stop there. I'm going to tell you this. I want to leave you with this. Okay? I want you to write down the crown and I want you to start getting really, really good at it. I want you to start taking every thought captive and I want you to start watching every thought and every attitude. It is so important to you to your marriage, to your family, to your relationships, to your team, to your clients, to everyone. If you just start watching your thoughts and your attitudes towards things, the actions and the results will come. They'll come and they're going to be great. Why? Because it all came out of your thoughts and it all comes out of your attitude. So have an amazing day. I can't wait to see you for this series. It's going to be good. You're going to love the retention game and you're going to get so good at it and you're going to realize it is the number one growth for your business. Have an awesome day.
You've been tuning in to For His Glory CEO podcast, where unshakable faith meets bold business strategy to equip you for your next level. If this blessed you, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it. And if you're a businesswoman that's looking for the right circle to scale big, we got you. Click the show notes and hear more about our For His Glory CEO community, which is one of a kind, amazing. And remember, we're not just building businesses, we're building the kingdom of God. Until next time.